So the main reason you clicked on is to see the difference of what it is, or to hear the difference of what it is when it comes to being in the military and diving into blockchain development. Now I'm gonna get in depth in other videos on the whole process of doing that, and just balancing life and work, and still being able to learn what I need to learn and succeed in different ways and aspects of my life, and still being able to focus on my goals and just grind it out, keep my head down until I make it to the top. So we're gonna dive straight into it. My name is Romain Richards, born and raised in Jamaica, joined the military back in 2020 during the pandemic. Needed something different to do. Life was hard at the time. I was working two jobs. I was a security guard and I was a freight broker. If you ever deal with trucks, semis, shipments, anything like that, logistics, you know what that entails. I used to help procure shipments for different customers, and I'll find different truck drivers who could move that shipment for affordable price, and then I'll make a certain margin on that profit. So that's what I did for, I want to say, a year or so. And then I worked backdoor security at this nightclub called Liquor Box back in Chicago. So as I said, born and raised in Jamaica, went to high school in Florida, and then went to college in Illinois, played football there, joined the fraternity, met some cool people as well, but never really thought much about the military. So, you go to college, get a bunch of student loan debt, and I was thinking, I need to get out of the city, and I need to find a way to pay for the student loan. So I ended up joining the military, joined a different unit than the regular Army. Can't really talk about that now, but joined, and then, here I am. So I'm less than 2 years out, probably like 15 months out, and I got to figure out the next move of what I'm going to do. So I have a buddy who's pretty cool. And he got into blockchain development right out of college. And we kept in touch, and I remember him telling me about it. And, I was like, all right, when I get out, I want to be able to move around. At least, probably not the first year, but I want to eventually get to that point where I could travel and go wherever I want, and still being able to have businesses. And obviously you're going to need something to start, to fund those businesses, to invest in stuff. So I was like, let me check out the tech world. So started doing blockchain development and programming back in January 17th to be exact. And though head first, 2 hours a day minimum. Started off with a basic CSS, HTML, JavaScript. Went through a couple courses to deal with the basics at first. Just to give you a idea of the courses I took. I took the basic courses from Eat the Blocks. He deals a lot with blockchain development as well, Julian. And then I did DAP University, and he's the one I'm finishing up right now with the current project I'm working on. So did that, and coming up on the end right now. Funny thing enough, I'm running into a problem right now as I'm making this video. I thought about making a video on it, on how to freaking connect to the test network. It's just been giving me a lot of problems, but shit like that you'll run into a lot. It's a lot of problem solving and Stack Overflow and Googling, and I reach out. Funny, good thing I have a homie that's very good at it, that I could reach out to him, and he could view my code and he could give me advice, or he could walk me through how he would solve certain problems. So, that's what I've been doing lately. And, I just want to talk about like, how do I balance all of this? Because as I said, I'm in the military full time, active duty. My job's very demanding. You got to get up early, work late, typical stuff like that. If you're in the military, you understand what I'm talking about. But for me, it's sacrificing. You know what I mean? You at the beginning of the year, it wasn't at the beginning of the year, but I would say right around January 15th, I sat down and I was like, yo, I need to come up with a plan. I need to come up with different systems of how I'm gonna achieve certain goals. And these systems need to be in a way where it doesn't seem like I'm working towards a goal, because it's small little details that I'm checking off each day, checking off each month, that's gonna compound and add into the big end goal. So kind of not focusing on the big goal, but focusing on the different steps and the routine and the structure I need to get to that big goal, and kind of do it in a check the box type of thing, where once you check the box, once all the boxes are checked, that goal will be achieved, and then you go on to the next one and you conquer the next one. So um, sat down and really put on paper, wrote out everything, and then I typed it up because I wanted to put it on my wall, and really went in depth in everything I want to do, financially, physically, mentally, military, spiritually, um, educational wise, all the different goals in those categories, and what I need to do to get there as well. So that was the first step, right? So it's coming up with the goals, coming up with the systems to achieve those goals, and then actually implementing those systems, going in, staying focused, and staying disciplined. So I said the first thing is sacrifice. The second thing is discipline. Now, as I said, if you're in the military, this is going to resonate with you a lot, because I'm speaking from, you could relate to what I'm saying, because you're experiencing the same experience. But with the discipline part is something that I think takes people a long ways. There's times when you're going to have to make the sacrifices to do things, but you have to have the discipline to make those sacrifices. Now, if you think about it, right? You say you want to study to become a lawyer, right? Now that's going to take a lot of time. It's going to take a lot of study. It's going to take a lot of effort. You're going to have to make sacrifices. You might not be able to go out every weekend. You might not be able to hang out with your friends all the time. You might not be able to be on social media 24/7 scrolling. You're going to have that discipline to put away your phone when you're studying, to read more, to do a lot of research, read a lot of papers, go through a lot of debriefing. You know what I mean? And it's the same thing, when it comes to learning about programming and stuff. It's a lot of time, a lot of research. You got to go through different documentation, um, different codes, different dependencies depreciate, things change. So you have to rewrite the code, or change certain part of the code so it can work with the current update. You see these things a lot, and a lot of times I've built programs, and when I built it, it was working, but now something in it changed, and normally you can figure it out easily if you're constantly coding every day, and something will change, and you have to really go through it and figure out what's wrong and how do I fix it. So you gotta have the discipline to carve out time. If it's studying, carve out time to study. You know what I mean? Carve out time to make sure you're actually learning stuff while you're studying. Like, I've studied sometimes for 2 hours at a time straight, but I really didn't retain much of the information. So it's actually coming up with a plan of what's the best way do you learn, and what's the best way to learn what you're learning. So for me, it's just having the discipline to do it when you don't want to do it, so you could get to the level you want to be at. That's the hardest part. Doing it when you don't want to do it, so you could get to the level you want to be at. It's like, I know when I was learning, or before I started learning, I was looking for information. I was trying to find videos. I was trying to find articles. I was trying to find Reddit posts on, how to dive into this realm. And blockchain development is pretty new compared to regular programming. You know what I mean? It uses some of the basic fundamental of any programming language, but the whole crypto and the whole different language. It's a whole different language. It's definitely a lot more difficult, or it's not even just difficult. It's just new. So it's not a lot of people who who are posting stuff about it. Um, I mean, now making this video, there is, but when I was doing the research 4 months ago, it was kind of difficult. So for me, it was like, I wish more people, I wish I could find a video like this that would talk about and, talk about that journey or what to do or where to go, where to look for information. There's a lot of free resources out there, and there's a lot of paid courses out there. And I believe slowly you pay for what you get. And when I say you pay for what you pay for what you get in regards to the time you put in or regards to the amount of money you pay. So if you put in a lot of time and research, pay the sweat equity, the late nights of researching and scrolling through Reddit and scrolling through Google, you can find a lot of free content that's very useful. Scrolling through YouTube. Honestly, before doing the courses, I thought that was the only way, right? I thought that was the only way. And the more I started realizing, like, I run into problems with the courses, and then I'm searching on Stack Exchange or Stack Overflow, and I'm searching on YouTube to find the solutions. And then I start seeing, videos talking about what I wanted to learn, what I was learning and stuff. I realized that, you can find anything really free online. But the thing is, for me, paying for a course and choosing someone who was already an expert gave me that structure. It showed me what I needed to learn first. Kind of give you a blueprint of what you need to learn, what you need to study, what you need to practice, projects you need to work on. And a lot of the times projects are current projects that people need hiring for. So you're getting skills that are useful right now. So, you know what I mean? As I said, you got to make the sacrifices and you got to be determined. You have to be determined, man. Like, it's times when, you're going to have late nights at work. It's times when you're going to have to take care of your kids. I don't got kids, but, there's people out there that want to switch over into that realm. But it's times when you're not going to want to do it. And you got to tell yourself, and it's times when you're going to want to go out. You know what I mean? But you got to tell yourself, like, is the sacrifice worth the reward? Now, for me, the reward is, diving into tech and having a little bit more freedom. You don't really have a lot of freedom in the military, but diving into tech and having a little bit more freedom and obviously making more money. Is that worth not going out every weekend? Is that worth staying in, studying? Is that worth, you know what I mean? Just, this is all my focus, getting off of social media for the year? 100%. Because at the end of the year, when I start applying for internships and I get accepted, I get to experience on the job what it's actually like being a blockchain developer, and then eventually getting a job that I like and that I could contribute to and help to build something unique and to eventually build something of my own. It'll be 100% worth it. You know what I mean? So you got to put in the work every day. I know it sounds so cliche, like, you got to put in the work, you got to sacrifice, you got to be disciplined. But at the end of the day, it's really what it comes down to. And I make this video because I know there's a lot of people who might look like me, who might be in the military, that, they're starting to transition out of the military and they want to know what's next. They want to get into tech, but they don't know how. Do they want to do front end? Do they want to do regular back end? Do they want to do blockchain development? Do they want to do iOS development or apps? Like, it's multiple ways to go in tech. Do they want to go non-technical? But I'm sharing the side that I'm on, and hopefully this could be of use to somebody out there. I've spoken to a lot of people who have different things they want to do while on their journey of getting out of the military. And the number one thing I hear people say is, man, I don't have enough time. Like, they have the kids, and then they got to do this, you got to do this and that. And it's enough time. It's like, either you sacrifice, lose a couple hours of sleep. You're going to sacrifice not go on social media, not be on your phone. You're going to sacrifice not watching Netflix. You're going to sacrifice not going out with your friends. But there's enough time in the day. All you got to do is make that sacrifice. You know what I mean? You gotta make that sacrifice to get that job accomplished. It's as simple as that. Now, the hardest part for me is staying consistent when I don't want to do it. Like, it's hard. It's hard, but as I said, when you have a why that's strong, when you have a why that you know, you know it's gonna change the world, you know it's gonna change your family's life. It doesn't matter how hard it is. Like, and if you're in the military, you already probably been through some hardship. So, you know what I mean? Buckling down and doing what it takes to get to that level that you want to get to, should be more than worth the sacrifice. Now, other than that, it's been good. As I said, it's 4 months in, it's about to be 5 months in. I've built two projects. Um, one is kind of completed, but it's kind of impossible to complete it because so many stuff changed in the code that I just at the time didn't know how to fix it. You know, I kind of have an idea, so I could go back and fix that. But the one that I'm finishing right now, which is like an exchange, where you can buy and sell. The token that we have is called the DApp token. You can buy and sell with Ethereum. So that's what I've been working on, and it's been good. I've learned. And one thing I'll say with these projects is you learn more than just what you think you're about to learn, because it uses so many different things, so many different dependencies, so many different programs. You learn so much. So it's definitely worth it, I think. And it's guided, you know, so if you make a mistake, some don't work. 9 times out of 10, you made a mistake, you missed something, and it forces you to go back through the code to do tests, and to see where you went wrong. So overall, so far, I've been loving it. You know, you might feel burnt out. I say, you know, start off with an hour a day. You know, start with an hour a day, start with 30 minutes a day, but start off small and gradually increase it till you get to a level where you can learn at a high level while still putting in the hours, to get to that 10,000 hours um, level where you're a master at it. Now, for me, right now I'm at like a little over 200 hours, and it's about to be. No, we're actually in May right now, so it's the fifth. It's the fifth month out of the year. So, as I said, just gotta put them hours in, put that work in, put that time in, and you start seeing the results, man. Before, I couldn't even open up the terminal. Like, it's crazy looking back, of not being able to do the basic stuff, to mastering the basics, to now understanding the more intermediate stuff, and then after that you start mastering the intermediate stuff, and keep going on and on and on and on. Yeah, but that's all I wanted to talk about, man. The two main things that's been keeping me on track, is following actual schedule, actual program, and sacrificing, making the time no matter what, making the time to still be physically fit, still work, still study, read, to gain the knowledge that I need. And a lot of people are gonna miss you. You're gonna get them. Oh, you're gonna get those texts. It's like, oh, I miss you. I haven't seen you in a minute. Why have you ghosted me? Da 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 da. Your family is probably not gonna hear from you a lot. Your extended family, but that's okay. That's okay. Sacrifice that, um, so you could achieve the level of knowledge you want to take you to the next level of success. Appreciate y'all watching. Like, comment, subscribe. If y'all have any questions, let me know. Any military people out there that's looking to get into tech, let me know. I love to network, and just see how far we could go. It's gonna be good so you guys can see this journey, and I'm also documenting it for myself so I could see starting from the beginning to actually getting, to a level where I'm a master at it. Appreciate y'all. Y'all have a great day. Peace.